Good morning, everyone. Sorry, got dropped off. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I was showing my goodness. So we will start. Uh, just give me a second. Okay, yes. So I think like most of the people have joined in. So we will start our like more questions for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll start. Yeah, Akshay, this question goes to you. So we'll again start with the basics only. What are the various type of machine learning algorithms? So be quicker with your responses, please.
Good morning. So there
Good
are
morning.
three main algorithms: the
Yeah.
supervised, unsupervised, and the reinforcement.
Hmm. Okay.
And
Correct.
under supervised, you have further more divisions like the linear regression, uh,
Hmm.
SVM, decision trees. Um, uh,
Okay. Correct. Correct. So what is the main difference between supervised and unsupervised?
so while supervised has input and output already available, in these
Hmm.
unsupervised learning, we do not have the output or the target variable,
Correct.
and we need to find it out based on our own business understanding and through algorithms like k nearest neighbor.
Correct. Yes. No, through algorithm suggest K means. So KNN is a supervised one, K means is unsupervised one. So this is what people get confused with sometimes, but yeah, it will be
Okay.
the K means. Yeah, good one. Baldev, what are the various metrics for analyzing the performance of a regression model? Baldev, am I audible?
Yeah, good morning. I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible, Akshay. Sorry, Baldev.
Regression matrix MAP, MSA, and uh, R squared, and with weightage, weightage, and RMSE.
Okay, and there is one MAP also, correct?
Yeah, MAP.
What is the difference between MAE and RMSC?
MAE mean absolute error, actual minor product, or
Okay, what is the main
uh,
characteristics difference between them?
correct. No idea.
Okay, no issue. So, Bhuvi, please, you need to answer that one.
Okay, so the main difference between MAPE and RMSC is what you're asking?
MAE and RMSC.
Okay, so in MAE we don't do much. We only take the absolute values of error and
Mm-hmm.
understand the difference and understand the mean. And in root square mean error, we first find out the error and then the mean. This we then square them and root them. The main difference being that in May we are just looking at the average. So in case there are any outliers or a bigger error which gets which gets minimized because we
Mm-hmm.
are just taking the mean. But in case of squared error, if there are a bigger errors, it gets highlighted, and we'll get a higher, a larger number, which indicate that the error is larger than than we had. No, matlab, it's just larger. So and we can take it forward. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, so basically it highlights the bigger errors and like take them into consideration while analyzing the performance of the model. Okay, Hermit, like we goes to you. What are the various methods for analyzing the performance of a classification model?
Mm, KNN regression, mean K means.
Okay, so let me repeat the question again. So what are the various method by which we analyze the performance of a classification model?
Classification model. Okay, confusion matrix, precision, confusion matrix, precision, and what that called? Recall, F1 factor.
Okay, what F1 score? What do you mean by recall?
Recall is out of the total. First of all, the formula is true positives upon true positive plus false negatives. Okay, and in precision is a true positive upon true positive plus false negatives. The difference, the recall is basically taking all the positive ones out of the total minority, out of the total ones. Okay, and precision is about it, what are the exactly ones out of total ones.
No, can you please repeat again once? What do you mean by like recall and precision again? Because I think like that is not clear.
Actually, so अभी सो के उठा था इसलिए out of recall is just out of the total one, out of the total ones, out of the
Hmm.
total minority, what are the total ones, out of the total
Out of the total minority,
yeah, what are the
what
total
do you mean
ones.
by minority in this case?
I mean the out of total one, how many are ones, how many are zeros. So all the ones are I didn't recall.
No, Harmeet. Jyoti, can you just explain me what do you
Yes.
mean by recall? Yeah.
So see, recall is where your actual positive values are correct, which you do it from that. The percentage of the actual positive values were correct, and then if we see the precision, so the positive prediction values were correct, made were correct. Yeah.
Out of the positively
Yeah.
predicted, how many
Mm-hmm.
are correct? Yeah.
Anji.
Okay. Yeah. And what do you mean by F1 score? Can you let me the formula for the same?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, sir. 2 into precision into recall. upon a precision plus recall. Basically, it's a harmonic mean of the precision and the recall.
Correct. So yeah, we move to Raghu. Raghuram, okay, Raghuram, what do you mean by KNN and how it works?
Yeah, it's a k nearest neighbor algorithm. We are
Hmm.
doing the clustering here. So based on that, which it can be
No,
moved based on the
no,
distances.
we don't do clustering in KNN.
Sorry.
That K means we do clustering
Yes.
using K means KNN is
Yes.
not a clustering algorithm.
Nearest neighbor algorithm.
Yeah. In which cases it is used? It is used in case of
A group, for example, if
supervised or
any,
unsupervising. It is a supervised algorithm or unsupervised algorithm.
it's unsupervised.
It is unsupervised.
Yes.
Correct. KNN.
Yes.
No, it is a supervised algorithm KNN. K means is unsupervised algorithm.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine.
Yeah, so this is so these Ks are actually a little confusing. So just keep that into consideration.
Okay. So what is the major difference? KNN and K means then?
So KNN actually is a supervised algorithm which do takes into consideration your features and target. So
Okay.
it is used in both classification and regression and will take your feature and target like features and target into consideration. Whereas K means actually is an unsupervised algorithm and does not take into consideration your target variable. It will consume the features and do the clustering at the backend. So K means is a clustering algorithm. KNN is a supervised algorithm.
Okay. But K means you also will do the first nearest, right? Then.
Yeah, both of the methodology are quite same. They are using the same distance, that is
Same
Euclidean
methodology.
distance,
Okay.
Euclidean distance at the back end.
Okay.
But yeah, actually in both the cases you are calculating the distance.
Nearest.
Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Which one
Yes.
is the nearest? In K and N, so the main difference is in K and N. So like you know which are my nearest
Exactly.
points. You take the max plotting of the classes. Correct. In this case, you identify which are my nearest point and you include them in your cluster. I would say you need to just read them out once or twice, and then you will be able to like clearly identify what is the main difference, because they are a little confusing. That was the reason I did KNN and K means simultaneously.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I will do that one. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, now moving to like Parul. Parul, how? Okay, what is K in K means algorithm?
K in K. Hello?
Yeah. What do you mean by K means? What is that? What is K in K means algorithm? So like we are saying K, like KNN, K stands for the number of nearest neighbor. In this
Yes.
case, what is the meaning of K in K means?
K is the a value of nearest, and K means is a unsupervised learning or clustering
Correct.
or clustering, and K means uh sorry sir, I'm not explain.
Okay, no
I'm not
issue.
able to explain. I
Okay,
know, but I'm not able to explain how to explain it.
okay. Like for
Sorry.
example, let me help you out. For example, in KNN, K means that how many nearest neighbor you will check to identify the class. Yeah, how many nearest neighbor classes you will check to identify the class of the point which you need to predict. In K means, what do you mean by the value of K? Like if K is 2, what does that mean? That is the question.
I'm sorry, sir.
No issue. Okay, so we'll move to Rishabh. So Rishabh, what do you mean by
Sir, K
K in
means
K
is a
means?
centroid, like number of centers in that particular groups.
I would say, okay, you are correct. I would say don't go with the centroid, say number of clusters you want to create.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that is also a proxy, but the right terminology would be the number of cluster you want to create from the data. Correct?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so this question goes to Sahil. Sahil, what is the best? So how do we identify how many number of K should be there in this particular implementation of the algorithm? Like how many number of class K should be there? What method do we use? So this is the things which we did in the yesterday's class. Sahil, am I audible?
Gurdeep, I have a question. Sorry, I
Okay, there should be.
interrupt you. Can you again explain? Sorry, can you ask this question? Then after I will ask you a question.
Okay. Okay. Sahil, what is the so how do we identify the best number of K? That in the data, what is the best number of K? So what method do we use?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
You.
Uh.
I think
It start with a E. This is a hint. I give.
it's the elbow method.
Correct. It is the elbow method. What do you mean by? Okay, so we move to the next person. You get the name directly. So Saitej, uh, how an elbow method works? So how do we identify the best value of K in elbow method? Sorry. We discussed in yesterday's class, but no issue. Sakshi, please answer.
I mean, if we discuss a formula, I just remember that there's a way we look at the slope, and when it
Correct.
stops being steeper, that's the point where we decide that this is where the balance is created. So, just like, I mean, yesterday's example, we saw that at the fifth cluster, we could see that there's a balance and the slope starts getting less steeper after that. But I'm not sure if we discussed the formula for that. Did we?
Yeah, Sakshi, you are correct. So the point where the slope start becoming a flatter one, that is the point we normally consider as the best value of K. Yeah, but and that is there is one more thing to be taken into consideration. From the business point of view and from the technical point of view, the number of K might differ, which I like discussed in the last class. That like from the business understanding, for example, the age group, it may say that the total number of age groups which we are considering for selling our product are 3, whereas your algorithm might say that the total number of cluster which can be generated from this data are 5. Does it help you out? Like, is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. So we have a question for Yash. So Yash, what are the various methods for identifying the outliers? Yash, am I audible? Oh, before yes, we have Swati. So Swati, what are the various methods for identifying the outliers in the data? So in total, there are 5 methods. Please name them.
Which data are you asking? Unsupervised or supervised?
So methods for identifying the outliers will remain the same if you do analyze the supervised and supervised. So it can be applied to both the type of data, but yeah, for the so what are the okay you can like for supervised I think you would be considering them out. So for supervised, what are the various method of identifying the outliers?
I'm not sure, but I'll try for this. One is box plot. Is it correct?
Yeah, it is correct.
Box plot, and then not sure for this. I'm remembering only one right now.
Okay, no issue. So Yash, can you let us know the various methods?
So I know z-score for finding outliers, interquartile range, that is Q3 minus Q1, and yeah, these are the two methods.
Standard deviation was one.
Standard deviation, yeah.
Yeah, 5 percentile, 95 percentile capping was another one. And scatter plot is also one of them. Does it help you out? Like, do any one of you have any doubt? Yes, Saitesh, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, then do any one of you have any other question? Like Rishabh, you can let me know your
Sir,
question.
Gurdeep, I have a question. Can you again explain how we calculate the mean in a k-means algorithm?
Okay, just what I will do is I will use the reference of the file which I shared yesterday, and I
Yes.
will give you a brief about the same.
Okay.
so can you just, I have a doubt in coding in KNN regression classification coding.
Sorry?
KNN regression classification coding, I have a doubt, sir.
Okay. Please ask the same.
Can you just, if you can just open that file, I have a doubt in the 17th row line.
Okay, is the file open for you?
No, sir.
Okay, sure, I will be opening then. Okay, I will be opening. Please give me a second. First, let me open the k-means explanation file, and then I will get back to you.
Sure.
Hello, Gurdeep. Can you once name the 5 methods to find outliers in the data?
The 5 methods for identifying the outliers are the box plot, the scatter plot, IQR method, that is IQR Q3 minus Q1, so 1.5 into IQR, 1.5 into IQR, and it will be, so this is basically the fencing you will use, so it will be Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR. So any value below Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR will be an outlier, and it will be, the other one will be Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR. That was the IQR method. Then we have the standard deviation method, that is anything above 2 standard deviation above and below will be considered as an outlier. And the third one was the 5 percentile and the 95 percentile capping method. This is I have shared a file for the same. I think like that will help you out in the implementation part.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. So let me share my screen. And is the screen visible, Rishabh? Like, to let me know.
Yes, Gurdeep.
Okay. So just if I make you go through. So we took this as an example, like if there are 10 customers, 9 customers, and these are their respective ages. Okay. And we actually want to perform clustering on them. According to our understanding, we think there are 3 clusters which you can generate. That is through 3 groups of ages. And so we will do the iteration. So for example, you're doing k is equal to 3. So we will randomly select any 3 data points as the center for each cluster. So these are the cluster centers. So the center for first cluster is 10, then 30, then 25. And what we will do is we'll calculate the distance. So in this case, we'll be calculating the Euclidean distance. Okay, so we'll be calculating the Euclidean distance, similar as in the case in KNN. So here we have the 10. So we will identify this data point is closest to which center, and it will go to that respective cluster. So this particular data point for customer 1, the age was 10. So it is close to the cluster 1 center, that is 10 only, and it went there. Then we have the cluster 30. So we see cluster 30 is close to the center of cluster 2. So customer 2, like the value 30 is close to the center of cluster 2, that is 30. So it will come in the cluster 2. Similarly, 25 is.
Why are we putting the 30 on the below the 10?
Here.
Either grouping area, like 10 and 30. Yeah, here. Yes.
We will put 30, reason being because actually 30 was a data point. If you see here, our centers have changed, but we will consider 30 as a
Okay,
data point for sure.
okay.
So I think like, and same is with 25. So if we go with 60, we'll again identify to which particular cluster it is more closer to, your center of the cluster it is more closer to, and thus we'll make the grouping. And after this, actually, we will calculate the mean for the same. We'll
And
calculate the mean of the group.
Gurdeep, and in 15 or 16, there is a no any cluster centers. So why we putting 15 and 16 in a single column?
So in 15, if you see, it is closer to the cluster number 10. So to which it is more closer to. So with cluster
No,
1, it is having.
no, I understand what you're saying, but we are putting like a 25 compare with 25 like 60 and 80 like, so in 15 in that row, like in grouping like 80 above 90 above, where it will go.
80, 90, 35, 40. You are talking about these,
नो
correct?
नो, आई एम टॉपिंग अबाउट 15, लाइक जैसे हम कंपेयर कर रहे हैं 60 को 80 को 19 को, एंड अगर हम 15 को कंपेयर करें तो 15 को 10 के अबो क्यों लिखा, मतलब अगर हम लाइक 15 कहाँ पे आ रहा है, लाइक थर्ड में आ रहा है.
15 थर्ड में नहीं आएगा ना. 15 का डिस्टेंस क्लस्टर 1 के साथ कितना है? 5.
नहीं, हाँ हाँ,
क्लस्टर 2 के साथ कितना है? 15. क्लस्टर 3 के साथ 10 है.
हाँ, नो नो नो, जैसे हम 7th वाले से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं, am I right?
We are comparing 15 with these. We are calculating
Yes,
distance
yes,
of 15 with these data points.
yes, yes, yes.
We are calculating the distance of each data point with these three.
यस यस यस, आई नो. तो हमने 7th वाले में 15 को देखा सबसे क्लोजेस्ट कौन सा है, तो हमने देखा 10th. तो 10th जो है 10th जो है वो मतलब 15 यहाँ नहीं आना चाहिए ना, मतलब आगे आना चाहिए था 80 या 90 के. हाँ, मैं ऐसा पूछना चाहता हूँ उसको, मतलब हमने
हाँ, मतलब you are saying it should come up here, correct?
यस यस यस.
नहीं, ओके. सो बेसिकली वो यहाँ पे 89, वो आप इसको कहीं भी पुट इन कर सकते, लाइक यू आर गोइंग बाय द
अच्छा, मैं
पोजीशन.
ओके ओके ओके, सॉरी 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 सॉरी
उसका वो
सॉरी.
कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं.
हाँ हाँ, ठीक है ठीक है.
Correct. So 80, 90, and then we have your 35 and the 40. So basically, this was the initial values which we have in the cluster 1. These are the values we have in the cluster 2. These are the values we have in the cluster 3. We will calculate the mean for the same.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
We'll calculate the mean. These are the new means. So these are the new center of our cluster now. 12.5, 55.8, 25. Now we'll again calculate the distance of these with these data points, which these are the, so basically these are the distance metrics we have, and then we'll perform the grouping again. Now
Yes,
we
yes.
see, we will again calculate the mean. These are the new means for these groups, and so these will be our new center. This is the iteration 3 we will be doing, and 12.5, 76, and 32.5. We will calculate the distance with each data point, and yeah, this is the distance matrix we will get, correct? And yeah,
Yes.
this is, now we see the mean are being repeating again and again. So as many times you do it, you will get this same result again and again. Correct. So we will
Yes.
stop here, and these are our new mean of the cluster 1. And so this is basically what you got from the technical understanding. 12.5, 76.6, and 32.5 are the new mean of the clusters. And according to analysis, these are the age groups they belong to. So this is our business understanding. That okay, 12.5 is a children, 76 is a senior citizen, 32.5 is adult. And these are the group 1, 2, 3, and this shows that okay, these two customers will lie in the cluster 1, that is children. These two will lie in the cluster 2, that is senior citizen. These 3 will lie in the, yeah, 4 will lie in the uh, cluster 3, that is for adults. Yeah. And then I talked about the intercluster distance. That is the intercluster distance in this case is 5, 34, and 20. So this is a question which I want to ask. So like I can like ask it to you only. Okay, okay, what can be the minimum intercluster distance in any case?
In any case, like 0.
And when it will be 0?
जब दोनों सेम रहेंगे, like y and x.
Yeah, when the number of y and x, मतलब y and x नहीं, when the number of cluster are equivalent to the number of data points.
Yeah.
In that case, each data point will become the center of the cluster, and उनका inter-cluster distance 0 हो जाएगा.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. The good music is playing at the back end. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we'll move forward with the decision tree algorithm now.
Okay.
Good Raghu here.
Yeah, Raghu.
Yeah, good thing. So if it k is 3, this is the reason we took only 10, 20, 30, 25. If it k is 4, then we can consider 60 also, right? Then.
So if yeah, let me take that case also. I think like if in this case, see, if you think k should be 2,
okay, then we consider 1, 10 and 30, right?
You can consider any random value. So you can say I can consider 15 and 60. So you can start with any, correct? So
Okay.
you need to consider only 2 centers. When k is equal to 4, you will be considering 4 centers.
So it's not necessary for the sequence order, right? We can take any
No,
number.
yeah, these are the random values. You can take any random value. Yeah.
So if it's k5 means we need to take any 5 value from this. From
Correct.
this customer number. Okay.
Correct. So if k is equal to 4, you will be taking 25, 60.
Okay.
And yeah.
So even though if you take any random number, will the result will be the same?
Yeah, at last the result will be coming up the same because it will be moving basis the mean values.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. So this is the file I've shared. I think request to just go through this. So I think with any number of k, you need to take those many values, random values initially. Okay. So this is the understanding.
But good tip, you said right. If it is cluster number is even number, it may go any one, right? Then
That is with KNN.
Okay. In K means
in K means it does not create any issue. I think and that in KNN classification will be having issue that if the number of k is even, you will lead into a tie situation.
Yeah. Okay. In K means even though if it's the cluster is even number, we can have the result.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So let me start with Saitesh, okay, I will start with the KNN. You are having issue with the line 90.
Gurdeep, I have a question. Can you reach like a example where we use k-means or knn in real life or in a real world?
K means actually I think K means we took a practical example yesterday, like in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
banking industry, clustering the patient and clustering the customers and all. Where you can use KNN, for example, if you want to identify churning, like whether the person will churn or not, like will exit the service or not.
Like loans process bank.
Correct. Or you want to identify the sales. So your KNN will be used in classification and regression, any use case. Whereas K means is used in clustering.
Okay.
That is the main
So,
difference.
mostly use k in unsupervised k-means.
K means is always used in unsupervised only.
No, it's a part of unsupervised, but mostly used k-means or other. Generally, I'm asking.
Like generally, actually, we use K means highly because there are some other algorithms such as K centroid, correct, and there are one hierarchical clustering, but they are not that to use. If I talk about K means is a highly used algorithm, and we like prefer this one because in this the mean in this the center basically is the point which represent the complete data, correct, because it is moving with the each iteration. It is moving toward the average value.
Yes.
Good thing then this
Yeah.
Google picks clustering, right? It's based on K-means then?
Google, which clustering?
Yeah, Google Pictures, right? Whatever pictures we have it in phone, it's grouping, right, in Google Pics.
That is basically, I think, on the basis of, so they do I'll apply multiple processes all together. So it can be on the basis of date, it can be on the basis of the face of the, so basically they do some image video analytics on the
face
go.
they are doing.
And
So is it based on k-means? How they are doing that clustering then?
that is not based on the k-means. So that is actually you can say the person so they will identify the main faces from your photos, and then they will make the grouping of those people all together. And so if any person is present in any of the photos, those photos will go into
that is what algorithm they're using. So anyway, it's a
it
mathematical
is
algorithm.
it is not an algorithm. No, it would not be an algorithm, because a single photo can be present in both persons you can say group, correct?
No.
Like for yeah.
No. If for example, if you have a 10 pics, okay, in your family, okay,
Mhm.
all the 10 pics of the same person will not be the same, right? Even though the image position and face position, everything is different, but it is grouping, right? Then it's not based on just a duplicate, correct? So it's based on some algorithm, right? Then
I mean, okay, so actually, according, I haven't what I understanding I do have in this case is because I normally don't use that Google one, but yeah, I have seen
so
in
it's not just
Apple
a duplicate. It's not take the duplicate. It's not take based on the position also.
No, I'm not saying the duplicate one. I'm saying, for example, if you and me are in a photograph, correct?
Okay.
Or if we have multiple photographs there, what they
Correct.
do is they analyze each and every image. They identify which particular people are present on the basis of your face, correct? And then they will make groups. So this is what is happens in Apple.
Correct. So it's a clustering, right? Then again, so that's why I'm asking whether this also type of
This is a
clustering.
type of clustering, but it does not require any mathematical equations, because for example, they are making number of groups on the basis of person, correct? Like for example, uh, like if I, you and Rishabh take a pic, correct? We three are there. So Apple will identify there are three people in this. So it will make three groups. One group will be for Gurdeep, one group will be for Rishabh, one for Raghu, correct? Now if I and Rishabh are only taking a pic, and that is in your phone, that photo will only go to two people group.
Exactly.
So it is
That is
only it is on the basis of only the person. Like if you are in that, if Gurdeep is in any of the pics, those pics will go to Gurdeep cluster.
fine, good. But are we recognizing it? Obviously, some calculation or something will be there, right?
They are doing image video analytics at the back end.
It's
So
a
that is basically identifying
computer.
the face of a person. It is a classification problem. Like, no, I can say it is basically identifying the face of the person first, that it is a person or not, then creating a class for it. Like for example, we are naming it as Gurdeep. Like they might be naming it as 0123, whatever they want, and then they are simply grouping it up.
It's a part of computer vision, like, so it's
Yeah,
not.
correct. It is a part of computer vision. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we not.
So they are not using these techniques. Yeah, they identify. So they will identify the objects like okay, 0, 1 classes 0 and 1 are present in this, and they will assign it to class 0 and 1. Here, cluster 0 and 1. Like you can say that thing. Does it help you out?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Just give me a second. Okay. Let me open the Canon file. Saitesh, can you just read out the code if possible, like if you remember? Because opening.
So it is that when we are creating dummies, like when we are doing on hot encoding, we are dropping in that code. We have written drop 1 is equal to true. So what are we dropping in that?
I think like this is the question I took yesterday also, but yeah, in that case, I think like this was one the Akshay asked this question yesterday. In that case, what we are doing is, for example, if we are having 4 labels: India, China, USA, Japan, correct? If in a column, let me just open that file. I think that file is open in my system. Yeah, just give me a second. So basically, that is a part what we normally do in your one hot encoding. Let me cover that one.
That one hot encoding I understood, sir. But
Yeah, I got your point. You want to know what do you mean by drop first is equal to true, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I understand your question. So see, what we are doing is, for example, in a column we have India, China, USA, Japan, correct? When you do one hot encoding, it will convert them into column format, Correct.
Yes.
India, China, USA, Japan.
Yes.
So in this case, it will become a 1000010. So when
Hmm.
you do drop underscore first is equal to true, what it will do, it will like drop this column. So you will have only 3 columns, and this column will be represented by this sequence 000. So it
Okay.
is used for reducing the number of features which we have in the data.
So in that code, which column it drops? Like here it is Japan or something.
So if you see the resultant, what we say table after that, you have only a single column for gender.
Yeah.
The top right, you would be having only male or either female, not both. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So it dropped one of those.
Okay,
And
sir.
in rental status also, like there were 3. You would be having the owner, rent,
Two.
and I think the earlier there are 3 unique values in
Yeah.
rent
After that,
status.
it became 2. Okay.
Yeah, it become 2. So that is
Yeah.
what is happening.
So the one more thing is we have seen the correlation of the data of one, and we have dropped the occupation in the next column.
Yeah, we have dropped occupation. The reason for dropping the occupation were, first of all, there were multiple values in that case, and we thought that our income would be highlighting would be like a proxy for the occupation. Correct. Because in that case, it might be a person is a doctor, but he might not be earning altogether. Then you would not be giving a loan to that person. Correct.
Yeah. Okay, sir. I got
So,
it.
yeah, that is the main reason
Sure.
we dropped the occupation.
Thank you.
So, okay, welcome. We will start with the decision tree now, and then I will show you the implementation.
Hello. Yes,
Yes.
I have a basic question.
Okay, yes. You can
So
ask.
shell number 29, I have a question. Classifier KNN, neighbor, K neighbor classifier 5. So in the 5 value of 5, we can set the value of randomly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or only 5. In a regression
In which
input
case you are talking about?
uh,
Can you just share your screen? Like that would be helpful. Like if, because I haven't opened that file, it will take some time. If it is opened in your, you can just share your screen.
okay.